Had to make sure that animation played there. That's like the only fancy part of my presentation. So, hi everybody, I'm Drew. I'm Drew Gant, co-founder and CEO of Wyzant. I am going to approach my presentation a bit differently today. Instead of doing the business overview and pitch thing that I've done before, I'm going to focus on the one single biggest and most exciting change that's occurring in our business today. I assume many of you are familiar with Wyzant. We've been around for a while. Started back in 2005 as a local tutoring marketplace for K-12 academic subjects. Not surprising, the business has changed a lot in the last 12 years, but the single biggest change of all that time has really occurred in the last 18 months, and that's the transition from in-person tutoring to online tutoring. I think there are a lot of different conceptions out there of the term online tutoring. So let me start by clarifying what it means to us. When we say online tutoring, we're talking about synchronous, one-on-one, relationship-based tutoring that almost always involves a pretty significant amount of coaching and mentoring as well. In fact, most tutors, students have over 12 hours with a single tutor on Wyzant. And so they get to know each other really well. It becomes very personal. They exchange texts on their birthdays. And I think so the distinction for us is it's not homework help, it's not cramming for a test, it's mastery-based, high intent, long-term learning. So it's crazy to think that online tutoring has been around for over 20 years. We've even been offering it for 7 years. I'm sure most of you in this room, me included, thought that we would see a major shift from in-person tutoring to online tutoring a lot faster. Certainly the folks that innovated this industry did back in the 1990s. But it's happening now. And like I said, in the last 18 months is where we've seen a huge inflection. I think there are several reasons for that. The headline would be that the online tutoring experience is now, for the first time, in my opinion, better than an in-person tutoring experience in many respects. And that's due to increases or improvements in technology, connectivity, as well as the overall user experience of online tutoring. It allows you to do things that you just can't do in person. I'll give you one example, which is a feature we just released, and that's lesson recordings, which allows students to go back into their Wyzant account at a later time to view a recording of their whole tutoring session, including all the audio, the video, the documents, the whiteboards that are used in that session. Why that's important primarily is that it eliminates the distraction for the student of trying to take copious, perfect notes during their session. They can instead focus their attention on their tutor, on the material that they're learning. So this is just one small example, but it's the sort of thing that can only really be done with online tutoring unless you're going to bring a film crew into your in-person tutoring lesson. So while stuff like that is great and important for us, and given our marketplace approach to tutoring, those are actually not the primary benefits. Online tutoring is more convenient, it's more affordable. It democratizes access, so everybody, no matter where you're located, has access to the same tutors. And for us, most profoundly, it creates more perfect fit opportunities. So ever since we started, our whole business has been about matching people. Our view is that the single biggest thing that determines the success of a tutoring engagement is fit. And there's a lot that goes into it: subject expertise, price, logistics, personalities, teaching and learning styles, etc. We had done a pretty good job over the last 12 years of trying to make this work at a local level, but when you're trying to match across hundreds of different subject areas and constrained to call it a 20-mile radius, that's just a hard problem to solve. With online tutoring, we can now create fit on a much more granular level. And we're seeing just a tremendous change in the efficacy of the matches we're making, the duration of those relationships, all the metrics that we track. And I thought it would be cool to try to show what this looked like. So I slapped together some of the video recordings. This is super rough, but hopefully it gives you an idea of the nature of the learning that's occurring through our platform. So we'll give this a try here.
Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Loving biochemistry.
Here we have acceptor.
Guanine.
Here we have acceptor donor.
Hey.
Yes.
Okay. So I can print this out, right?
And then memorize it.
And then memorize it. Exactly. Okay. Boy, that one I had no clue. Okay, but now that makes sense.
And maybe by then you'll have other questions.
Okay, yeah, I think next time, in next class, we can continue a little bit about the small talks.
I had a question about when veins vasodilate.
Like heart failure, right? You would give them a nitrate, and so the nitrate is going to cause venodilation. So the idea is that you decrease the amount of blood that's returning to the heart.
Yeah, and it puts less pressure on the heart. Right?
Exactly.
Great. This is helpful. Cool, thanks. So I'll send you an email for the next time, next week or something like that.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure.
So long as if the smallest is equal to null, or the iteration or that given iteration of the array is less than the smallest number, which is null, as long as it meets those conditions.
Fantastic. That's really great. But that's not what I want. What I want to know is the range. This is what a client will say.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
Good. Yeah, well, I used our bricks, but then I painted over it.
No, I like it. It looks great.
Oh, man, that is so easy.
That makes it easier, huh?
Oh, man, that's great.
And then you can transform it flat or down.
I got it written down.
Okay. All right.
Oh, this has been fabulous.
So that's it. It's just, there's clearly a real connection here between the tutors and the students. That's, I think, what makes Wyzant unique, and that's what's leading to the great learning outcomes that we're seeing for any student, particularly struggling students who are not, responding well to other, their course or online resources are coming to Wyzant and having great success getting back on track. And as you can see, it's more than just academic subjects as well. All right, thanks.